Hello. Today I thought we'd talk about Bermuda grass. Before we bought our property, this was a field that cows would be in, and the person who owned this before we did seeded it with Bermuda grass. So now we get to combat that in our garden. So what are some ways we have combated Bermuda grass? Well, the fact that we have a driveway, an asphalt driveway, that is so great because at least one side of our garden is basically free of Bermuda grass. It's not going to spread as easily. And if you've been watching our videos for very long, you know that this whole thing used to be tarp. We originally did not have all of this. We originally just had those big blueberries you see. We got those 10 years ago, and that's all we had. And we tried everything to get rid of the Bermuda grass. And finally, my husband went to an arboretum, and they said the only thing they can do is put tarp around them and then put mulch on top. So that's what we did. Then when we found the Back to Eden garden method, when we found Paul Gauchi's film, we have little by little ripped up the tarp and put down mulch over the hard pan clay and worked from there. So you can see we're still working on pulling up tarp. Everything behind me, tarp is pulled up, but still around the blueberry plants, we still have a couple sections with tarp. So tarp is one way that we have combated the Bermuda grass. It's really the most effective way. I know it's not the most organic way, but I'm just being honest. That is one way we have combated Bermuda grass. Another way we fought Bermuda grass, and just grass in general from creeping into the garden. Let's see, I think 3 falls ago, somebody came by, a friend of ours, and he had his front end loader, and I asked him to put mounds on the edge of the garden, and they were about twice as high as they are now. And the plan was to spread them out, but I was going through morning sickness with one of my children, and so that didn't happen. It actually turned out to be a great thing because even though the mounds have decomposed quite a bit, you can see, and the grass is coming in between the mounds. The mounds kind of acted as a barrier to keep the weed seeds out of the garden, and so all the weeds stayed on the grass side instead of the mulch side. So that was one way, but unless he brings his front end loader again, they're pretty much proving obsolete this year. You see the grass is just taking over. The last option is I am starting to dig a trench. You can see the Bermuda grass is coming over, but I've started, and you can also see that there's tarp underneath there. I'm starting to dig a trench, hoping to keep the Bermuda grass from creeping over, because this was also mounds. You can see these mounds, and you can see the Bermuda grass coming up and over the mounds and through and into the garden, and I do not want that to happen. So right now I'm digging a trench. I will make it wider, I guess a little bit deeper as well, but definitely wider. And then I don't really know. We want to continue to expand our garden, so people have suggested putting cement in that, which I don't want to do because we want to expand the garden. Other method we used in this section was not filled with tarp. This was just grass before. So in this section we did cardboard, and you just got to make sure that there are no holes. You don't leave any holes in between the cardboard or the Bermuda grass will come through. I had a kind of a line between the cardboard and our existing Back to Eden garden when we laid it, and the Bermuda grass came through in that line. I had to take all the mulch off, take the cardboard off, put new cardboard, new newspaper. It was a big pain. So just if you're going to do cardboard, just really make sure that it's flat. It's not bubbled. Make sure there's no space in between your cardboard. No places for grass to get through, and then cover it really deeply with mulch. So those are the ways that we combat Bermuda grass in our garden. Tarp, we leave that on for a whole summer and then rip it up, and then it's killed all the Bermuda grass underneath. You just have to worry about everything creeping in. cardboard, mounds of mulch. That works for a couple summers as long as you replenish it, and then an asphalt driveway. How do you combat Bermuda grass? Let me know if you have any ideas for me. I will certainly see what I can do. Have a great day.